Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks, and this is part 2 or part 3, and I'm actually working backwards because I know somebody's going to ask how I distributed these bars in perfectly. But what I did is I typed, and if you didn't watch the part 1 and 2, it's pretty interesting. Let's put our nudge factor on something low, 0.01. And what I'm going to do is nudge up these letters where they're touching those letters. So I'm going to take each line and have them touch the next set of letters. This is using this bar system to be, now you've got to watch because the C's already touching, but the other ones aren't, but we need them all touching. And this is pretty cool, or the best way I know how to do it. In the bar system, the thing's going to be stronger. And if you really watch part 2 and know how to add that little bling to it, and you need to watch the letters that might not be touching. And as always, I'm going to take it, in case I moved it a little bit, I'm going to hit L on the keyboard to kind of line them up. Now what I want to do, these bars are 0.28 big, a little bit bigger than 1/4 of an inch. I've got all my letters touching. You can see here like it was touching that C, but it's really not touching the other, so you kind of want them all touching. And to take the time in the video. Now, I'm going to set my nudge factor on 0.24. So it's 0.4 difference in the two. Now, if you zoom in pretty good, you can grab like the top or the bottom 5 and nudge it down. Take the bottom 4, nudge it down. Take the bottom 3, nudge it down. Take the bottom 2, make sure you get it. It actually will tell you right there 2 objects. The bottom 1, and as long as you don't, and then on the other end, take the top 2 and nudge them up. Then take the top 1 and nudge it up. So now we've got a space between them all. Now you can bring these bars in and just get them relatively close. And I'm going to show you how that you only have to be so close to do this. And don't worry about left or right, because we're going to do the same thing as we've done a couple times in the earlier videos. Okay, now take it all and hit L. Okay, now open your Docker to Windows, Dockers, Align and Distribute these spaces vertically. What that did, it put that line, and then when you click off of it, you'll see it. It put that bar halfway between each line. Now, like I said in the other video, that's barely hanging on. You know, that might not even work, but that's going to work. But yeah, it's all going to work. And then all you have to do is take this thing and weld it. And then, as always, take your Smart Fill tool, and it didn't work. So let's back up. And if you see that eye is not big enough, see it's not touching, well, we can ungroup it, click on it, go to Object, Group, and evidently I'm not clicked on it. Take the pick tool, click on it and ungroup it. Then take your shape tool and just ever so slightly, just take those 2 nodes. As a matter of fact, it might even be better to do it equally. Go 0.01 again, grab those 2 nodes, grab them both, nudge them up a couple of times. It doesn't matter how far you nudge them up, because they're going to be cut off. And I think everything else is good. Let's look at the E. See, the E is a little bit short too. That's because some of the C's and the other letters are a little bit taller. So now it should work. Let's select it all and weld it. And there we go. Let's make it black so you can see it better. That to me, and then we're going to left click no outline so it looks sharper. That to me looks just as good And then if you added some bling like in part 2, that'll be really nice. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.